Adwumahwefo nyina akwaba ediba Confidence TV so. Mo amonim se Confidence TV they are bringing a brand new nyina insemo ekoso wo man moni aman foforo so no. Ni nyina no hime echa meji mekunjase a no maboaboa no mabo ne tofa na me de ba bedan ya hwefo. Na ebusuafo ye nim se ye man Ghana ye bo mu ha no se de biara dan insem sisi se ya anopa ewia anajo tambia ensam no koso ye ankasa na embo no chese ye mampani no enye blogger bi na de ba beto abonte se na o mampani no watcho se e won Twitter page ni Instagram page ana se ana so mampani na ankasa person ne o manbafo no kasa no afa GTV so ene ya kasa ama other stations na tap into rate na chese o mampani no obi biara ntumi nka se wanya no de ne ye interview bi krampo eda na ebusuafo ya nim se ye mampani nenum bi eda bi atwam ena ye hu se BBC for ene ne ye news omo bisa no about gay and lesbianism na chese eba bekoso wo ama fa na nyina no because dodo na ekoso ye na enda me no wo ka se chese enda no eye BBC ensa asanso aka yankasa ye mampani His Excellency President Nana Akufo Addo enda me no wo ka se chese omo bisa ne nsem bi ede fa ye man Ghana mu hanom se mesia economy ni ko ye 11 ne ho nkro ne ba na busuafo nsem okeka ye no ebeye se ye bekọ ne yakwakotie de yankasa ye papa no okan ye ama so amasen ema mede eye san news yi ebreo eye neat roofing se wo ho no mo na ende break chese nkrofo dan so pepa ye esanse o manya nkrofo papa ama mo ntumi ambo mo dan so amfa ama mo ene bi mu so ho no mo dan no krampo ya boso batedra na Jonas nsuo to a no mo yem nyina hihye o mo esanse eye dan a mo dan no roofing no chese fort beba baby amadan mu asoso ne ho nkro ne ba eti na me ka cha o say neat roofing e wo ho edema o ade asa wo friend neat roofing for so mo mbra mbeba o dan so ma wa wonya no hu wa bra bo mu kra ada ebusuafo yenko ne yenko hwe video ne embra.
But if I look at the Ghanaian economy at the moment, you know, it's doing, I mean, let's just be honest, it's doing terribly.
Not terribly.
Well, when you your inflation in your country, inflation in Ghana.
I don't know the economy in the world that's doing well. Tell me
Ghana,
where you are here.
Inflation in Ghana.
The highest inflation.
Well, 15.7%. The Ghanaian cedi has fallen 20% on the dollar. The worst after Russia, which has a lot of sanctions against it.
It's began to firm up. It has begun to firm up. We're seeing the cedi systematically appreciating against the dollar.
People still can't employ, you know, I was just reading today, you know, people in the hospitality industry that you're pushing so hard, you know, having to lay their staff off. We've got taxi driver unions threatening strikes because of spiraling fuel costs. I mean, it doesn't look like a place that I want to go and put my money.
Where will you put your money in the world today? Where will you put your money? In Britain, which is suffering the worst standard of living statistics for over 30 years? Is it? Oh, I think let's situate ourselves correctly. The world is going through very difficult times. Ghana is no exception. Nigeria is no exception. There's no country in the world that is escaping the ravages of both COVID-19 and also the impact of the Ukraine. But what you need to look at are where are the elements being put on the ground that look beyond the COVID and beyond the Russian-Ukraine war. And I think you'll find that in Ghana, the recovery program that we have is one that is considered very credible, and it is what is going to give us the opportunity to come out of this period a stronger economy. And it is that future that we're looking at when we're attracting people.
Let's talk about one of the structures that you say you've put in place. The e-levy, a lot of people are calling it a stealth tax on people who already are impoverished. It's a 1.5% tax on people who do business on their mobile phones. So if they use their mobile phones to send money or to...
The digital economy, the mobile economy.
Yes, but you're taxing people on money that has already been taxed.
Is the biggest economy is emerging as the biggest economy in the country, and for a long period has not had any taxation at all. So it is important now that they also come into the net. Our country has one of the lowest tax to GDP ratios of any country in West Africa and of an equivalent economy. The ECOWAS area, the general average today, tax to GDP average is about 18%. Ghana, we're at 13%. So it's as if you're talking about a country which is already overtaxed, if anything at all, is undertaxed.
Okay, let me take you up on that point. On your low tax ratio to GDP. I'm just going to read this quote to you. It's from John Okwoche, who I'm sure you might know is the director of research at the Accra-based Institute for Economic Affairs. He says there are several loopholes in our tax system that, if they are plugged, will be able to raise our tax to GDP ratio to something like 20% from the 12% that you're talking about. Are you speaking to experts like him?
First of all, there's a recognition that
he says that there's no need for the e-levy.
Well, that's his point of view.
He's an expert.
But he's an expert. There are experts in government as well, and we think it's necessary, and that's the reason why we...
You think it's necessary to tax people who are already impoverished?
They're not already impoverished. We're talking about people. We're talking about taxing an industry and transactions where a lot of value is being created, and we want to also bring that value into government coffers. I think that is something that is there's nothing so, and the levy is not Ghana, it's the only country that has something like a digital tax. Many countries, they will not like it.
Because they're already taxing people who do business online, and then you are taxing as well.
People never like taxes. I don't know any group of people, especially businesses, when taxes are brought to them that like it.
When you hear all these stories, Mr. President, I mean, Ghana was one of the rising stars of, the economic recovery of Africa, so to speak. But when you hear about all these issues with the economy now, what exactly went wrong?
Nothing has gone wrong. We're part of those who have been very badly affected by what has gone on in the last 2 years. Until 2020, since I came into office, 2017, 2018, 2019, the beginning of 2020, we were growing our economy at about 7%, the GDP growth rate. One of the fastest growing economies in the world was the Ghanaian economy. Even in the crunch year of 2020, when the economies of the world dived, Ghana, we still managed a positive rate of growth because the fundamentals of our economy are strong. But it has been a difficult task for all the economies of the world. I think it is important that when you're making the kind of provocative statements that you're making, that you situate yourself. You speak as if you're living in the same time as you and I, where the world economy as a whole has gone through very difficult times. And there are several things that we're doing, which is in the line of being able to pick up our economy again. I have no doubt that next year, if you were to come and speak to me like you're doing today, we will have a different set of facts for us to look at.
Mira, the we are in Sway Esifa Bay. Now a damn has sent Sunny, and then the one from me and shades the pa, the own fraud bill.
Sasani Santi, and I'm in fraud of it. A bram see then we, let me jaw what to coin, and I'm a catcher say, Kofan needs roofing system for no matter dying so my and I'll go for a quantum for my Tamaquafwa, or my dying so I share, then you.
Now, Mira, needs roofing system for some walking. A damn pan, a dance from what, Tinchina ching, as I said, one, and a soundboy dance from my yen. Or Uti, Unim says, he can't. And I will yard the answer. I will saw yard the betting ya chama ye. And unti and I'm a share will say, Kofa neat roofing system for Nanka Omaya Jumai. Atia, Nansu Emui, neat roofing system for when Quandia, Ometani neat the Amayan. Enti, a Kobani say, open woodwork, metal trust, rain gutter, red cap, valley, IBR, IDT, DSR, any Piaka Hondia, any not on Safre, neat roofing system company. And it is some I want neat roofing system for when I say, Yamau free estimation, any free transport. And our friends so your poor down Sumawa a chaye pa as a man casting in pattern neat roofing system for Abebie among Krabatani Biwo Park so Protua Station wa store number 44 I GRA office ni Dinshanimu a Muntre Mubiano for neat roofing system for Ewo 0553 817122 and 0557 453973 neat roofing system and quality is our hallmark.
ebusiafo enam de yemampani eka ye hunti enam so magana fo dodo na ache se ebi mo kan madwe ebi mo se omampani ye ne wonya adwen se obeka sa ade ne da se Ghana fo ye nya hiafo ye ho kire ye ebia wo ne wabusuafo anase wasefo na ache se mo ho nkire mo a omo de omo ho kire mo ye ankasankasa ebi mo su ye san se ma no be ye 200 cedis a month na se de fa momo e de mana ya de okono okoyi a hweta se ye bete wo so na ache se npakro ne ho akwa kodim ebia no abo ne budget bi ne ho nkro ne ba ento mo se 11 sensema ye bisa o anu ya o de ma ye de omo ni nje ho nte be ya twe won sam san na 11 no e be ya twe san kra because Ghana na ye wo pa e wo ye mpuntu dwuma abra na ye gi tax e wo toto bu joint no nte be ya kone sa na fama ye dodo na nkrofo kan de na so adwentrefo fet comment section ho se na be ya brenyi na himecha metumi akenkan de ama kaisi social media handles ni nyina na ye Confidence TV entu be ba homode anse be subscribe to our YouTube channel adomebu ono aboso se na be ya bibiara edbeto na ye kane a osabeka like it, share comment so esan so kan me cameraman ya Amuzu Derek ohia na abonti atumi friend bra kweku afa so me director Mr Santi me chief editor Alexis Bako pe bebia behu ni bia se ope photoshoot bibi biara no Alexis e ho no mo edemam ebusua de ohia mo abonti afreme ohema echa